Hi guys, and welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Drayton Park Golf Club. In today's video, what I'm going to be showing you is how important your eye line is and how that affects your putting stroke. So what I've got on the ground here is just a putting mirror, and these can be picked up, training aids, really cheap. I think this is 10, 11 quid online. You can get them a little bit bigger, you can get them a little bit flashier, where you can also insert T-pegs in them, where it's designed to guide the stroke as well. This is just a real bog standard putting mirror. It has got some T-pegs in that would restrict backswing length, so you could use it on a really short putt if your fault was swinging too long. I'm really just using this to see where my eye line is. I'll show you a test to do manually with a golf ball away from this mirror as well, and I'll also try and show you with my GoPro what my eye line looks when I'm looking in this mirror. I think I get far too many golfers trying to get their eyes right over the top of the golf ball. They've heard that's the right thing. They're trying to get their eyes right over the top of the golf ball, and it means they're either getting very close to it or having to tilt a long way forwards from their hips. If we were going for a square stroke, so the putter was actually moving straight back, straight through, then we would try and get our eye line over the top of the golf ball. But we don't swing anything where we go straight back and straight through, because you can see what that would do is start to create a lot of separation where my elbows are starting to really separate away from my body. When it happens, when the club is going dead straight back and dead straight through, the club face will actually be pointing a little bit to the left for me as a right-handed golfer, so it'll be slightly closed on the backswing, and I'm almost having to open it on the way through. You know, imagine swinging a golf club that way, straight and closed, straight and open. It'd be a very inefficient way of swinging a golf club. So I think pretty much all golfers have some kind of arc in their stroke, some with more than others, but we do see an opening and closing effect. And the longer the putt, the more the putter is going to be opening on the way back, the more it's going to be closing on the way through. The only golfer I ever measured on a sand putting system that got pretty close to square was using a broom handle putter. So it's getting much closer to this pendulum style action. We do see some kind of arc in there. And for that reason, we want our eye line just slightly on the inside of the golf ball. So this golf ball here, I want my eye line actually to be on the inside edge of the golf ball. If I was going square to square, as I said, I don't coach that personally, we'll be trying to get our eye line over the top of the golf ball to build a slight arc in there. If I drop the ball from my eye line, which is an exercise I'm just going to show you, I want it to almost be striking or just missing the inside edge of the golf ball. So my eye line's just inside it, and that's what I'm looking at with the putting mirror. So when I'm setting up to the golf ball and I'm looking down in the mirror, I can see my eye line. Now this really helps me for another reason as well, because a fault of mine is my eye line tends to point to the right. So I have to just try and feel like I tilt my head a little bit more to the left to try and get my eyes parallel to the target line, which is one thing I do want you to try and get. If you get your eye line pointing out to the right, your path, and this is what I was getting, was swinging too much from in to out. If your eye line was pointing more to the left for a right-handed golfer, you'd be pulling the putter across you. So we do want your eye line parallel to the target line. So the target line is this black line on the mirror, and I've also lined up my ball. But I want my eye line somewhere between the black line on the mirror, which is the center, and the red line, which is inside the ball. So I can see my eye line just on the inside edge of the ball, but I can see that my eye line is parallel to my target line. Now, a way of manually checking if you haven't got a mirror in place just yet is, as I suggested, set up to a ball. When you're in that, let me try this again actually, let me try this properly. So set up to the ball, get where you feel your eye line's just on the inside edge, and then drop a ball from your lead eye, so for me, my left eye. And it just knocked the golf ball away from me, so it clipped the inside edge, which is exactly what I'm looking for with my eye line. So I know that I'm the right distance away, I've tilted over far enough. As I said, the putting mirror does this for me. So with the putting mirror, I'm going to go ahead and hit a couple doing this. I'm looking for my eye line parallel to the target line, and I'm looking for my eye line just inside the edge of the golf ball. So let me go ahead and hit one or two. just didn't break actually. I hit a couple on this just before turning the cameras on, and it broke from about a ball outside left. That one stayed pretty straight. It felt a good putt. Let me try it again. So again, I can see my eye line just on the inside of the ball, but I tilt my head to the left to try and square my eye line to get it parallel. There we go, good solid putt there. If my eye line was too far on the inside, I can't see it in the mirror, what I'm expecting is the putter to move too much on an arc, too far on the inside, and then it's very hard to square it. If my eye line was over the top of the golf ball or even outside the ball I occasionally get, I tend to see the putter moving away from you, as I said, pulling across the ball. The key part in putting is definitely squaring the club face. So if you swing out to in to out, as long as you square the club face, that's the main thing. The reason we want a consistent arc is to make it easier to square the club face. That's the only reason. The key part in putting is definitely club face at impact and trying to get that square to the target line. Let's just hit one more for luck. So it's great if you line up the ball as well. Set up, I can see my eye line just in the inside edge, square them to the target line and pull the trigger. That one stayed out left as well. Get yourself a very cheap putting mirror. It's a great tool, it's a great exercise to see where your eye line is. My preference would definitely be just on the inside edge of the golf ball to allow the putter to arc naturally. I don't want you too far away, and I definitely don't want you to try and force your eye line over the top of the golf ball, as that's really going to force this putter out away from you. And it causes the club face, as I said, to be going closed to open. You don't swing any other golf club that way. The club should be arcing, it should be opening and closing naturally, and of course we want it square at impact. Give the exercise a go. Let me know how you get on. Do post some comments and questions below. Check us out on all our social media platforms. All the info you need is coming along the bottom of the screen right now. It's a great way to get in touch, and let me know what videos you'd like me to film on. Thanks guys, we'll see you soon.